Class, my name is Joe Charlton and I'm going to be your instructor this semester. I just wanted to make a little tour of the class video and show you how everything is set up. Everything I talk about is pretty much in the syllabus, so I can show you where that is here in a second. So once you get into our class, I want you to see this dark blue horizontal line going across. This is where you're going to move around in our class. So first of all, if you hit class list, you should be able to see a big list of people. And here I am. So if you want to message me, you just click that box and you can send me a message. Another thing that's great to see is grades up here. Keep an eye on your grades. This is where I'm going to give you feedback on both discussions and on assignments. So you will be able to see your grade, and then I will talk to you about what you turned in right there. For the rest of the class, if I hit the title or I hit course home, I'm always going to come back to this. How I communicate with the whole class is going to be through announcements. I will not be using that pop-up screen because I don't really care for pop-up screens myself. So in the announcements, every week I will tell you what is due that week. So I have an explanation right here, what you need to do this week. You can also go to content, and once you hit the content button, you can see that the entire class is set up by weeks. So we have week 1 and the date and then what we're doing that week. So this is where you're going to see my video, or if you should ever want to watch this video again, it's going to be here under Welcome Start Here. If we click on syllabus, schedule, lab registration, at the top of each one of these weeks, I'm going to have a checklist that you can click on and read the syllabus. Here is the syllabus. So then you can click it and say that you've done that. The last thing on this syllabus, schedule, and lab registration, say go get set up with our McGraw-Hill Connect virtual labs, complete the tutorial. So that's something you want to click on, and it's going to take you outside of FRCC D2L, and you're going to register there, and that's how we're going to be doing our labs. And once you've done the lab, your grade will automatically come back to D2L. So if we look at this, go back here. So I've got that checklist where you can do everything. This is the syllabus. I also have a printable schedule. Let me just show you this really quickly. It has important dates on the top. And then for every single day, I have put together what is due that day. Now, the things that are not on this printable schedule are like read the book, view videos. So you will be doing that on your own time, but this is telling you exactly what's due on the day that it's due. One thing I've tried to spread everything out, you're always going to have a quiz on a Sunday. If you like to have your Sundays free, you can work ahead and do the quizzes whenever you would like. I've set this up so you can work ahead as much as you want. So we've got these Connect virtual labs. That's where I just showed you how to connect to the McGraw-Hill website. So you've got those due. You've also got assignments. And then every week we're going to have a discussion and then a quiz. So there are 4 things that you get graded on in my class. Quizzes every week on Sunday. You've got the labs that I will show you on each week how you click to those. We have a discussion every week. And then some weeks you have assignments, some weeks you have labs. Not every week though, but I highly recommend that you print out this schedule and keep it by your computer so you know exactly when things are due. So if we go back to the table of contents, I'd just like to show you if you ever feel like I'm really not getting this, can I connect with you? We can jump on Zoom together and I can help you figure something out. So here's the Zoom link, but normally we don't meet at all as a class. The only time we get to know each other is through the discussions. So you want to work on all these things that are in the syllabus schedule and lab registration. Then you can move on to week 1. I would like to show you what a typical week looks like. So if I click here on week 2, it's going to give you a picture, a little synopsis of what we're doing, and I try to give you a heads up. Check out this week's assignment, or a heads up, we've got lots of labs this week. So there's a little blurb you can read. There's going to be a checklist, which I just showed you for every week. If you like checklists, you don't have to use it. And then every week is going to have chapters to read, discussions this week, labs and assignments this week, and then quizzes this week. So if we look at this week 2 and I scroll through it, it's showing you here is the chapter that you're going to want to read. So this is a PDF of our book. And then there is a reading guide that you can fill out that can help you learn. I have some chapter lecture videos by Dr. Aaron Peden. He is my boss, and he was supposed to teach this class, but he got bogged down with too many administrative tasks. I also have videos from other sources. So if we click on this, I am not expecting you to look at all of these videos. Some people read the book, they're doing the reading guide, and they're done. Other people are like, I'm really not getting proteins. So then you could go here and you could watch a movie on proteins. You may not need these. Some people may need them. So if you would like more resources, they are here for you. Let me go back now to, we're still in week 2 and we're looking at discussions this week. So for each discussion, you're going to prepare a post and you're going to share it with the class. That's going to be your initial post. That's worth 10 points out of 30. Another 10 points is going to be going to another student's post, reading their post, responding to it. So you do that with 2 other students. That's going to be another 10 points. And then what I want you to do is what's called like proper netiquette, which is like etiquette on the net. So you always want to address someone by their name, and you also want to sign your name to your responses. Then on a 3rd day, I'd like you to come back to the discussion, go to your original post, and if anyone has responded to you, I would like you to reply to them. And my goal in the class is to respond to every single person's discussion post. And sometimes I'm just telling you, oh, you know what, you forgot part 2. Or I'm helping gently correct you, okay? Or fellow students can do that too. They can say, hey man, you forgot part 2. And it can save people points on their discussions. So this is where we get to know each other, and the discussions are written such that the material that we're learning is connecting that material to real life. So for example, in this week 2 discussion, we're learning about macromolecules in our chapter 2, and now we're trying to apply it to our real lives by looking at something that we eat. So I have also made a movie on how to do a discussion post, so that should help you out too. that just reminded me. So then we go to labs and assignments. You may have an assignment each week, or you may have labs. So you look in this section and you can find and you can complete those. And then quizzes this week, you're going to have a quiz. It's always multiple choice. So one thing I wanted to show you that I forgot. So if we go up here to discussions, I do recommend that you go to the discussions through the content, but this is another way you can get to the discussions. So here I have discussion guidelines, and I'm explaining, I made a movie on how to make a post. I've also explained how you can get a good quality post. So I've put all this together. I've also asked you not to hit include the original message text in the reply because things just get too long. I've shown you how to insert a photo in a post because often on weeks you have to insert a photo. I've got an explanation if you have an iPhone, because iPhones take these hike file pictures that are 3D, and they do not work on D2L, my courses, and they do not work when I'm trying to grade your stuff. So if you do have an iPhone, you're going to have to watch this little movie on how to turn it in differently. If you scroll down, if you don't understand something, I have a help I don't understand, where you can ask either me or your classmates what's going on. I've got a hot off the press. If you see an article that's talking about something that we're talking about, you can absolutely post it here. So discussions are the one thing that I'm really strict on, and I don't let you have any kind of extension on that, but I have made an alternative discussion that's going to be open the entire semester. So if you do get a poor grade on a discussion, you can always jump into this alternate discussion and have that replace a poor discussion. So this is one of the introduction, and you'll need to answer all these questions in our first week. My philosophy for the class is that I understand that you get sick, you have mental health blocks, your kid gets sick, work is really busy, something else is going in your life where you just can't get things in on time. I am pretty flexible with letting people get extensions for quizzes and labs. The assignments never lock, so it is possible to turn those in late. The thing I'm strict about is the discussions. So discussions open every Saturday. You need to make your initial post by Tuesday, and then they lock closed Friday. So you have to do your responses and your replies to your responses by Friday. So there are the four things. We've got assignments, discussions, quizzes, and then labs. Each one is worth 25% of your grade. And I think I have covered everything. I always shut the movie off and then I remember, oh, I didn't tell him that. This is already 14 minutes long, so I hope I didn't bore you. And I look forward to working together.